first thing you need to know about me is that I'm going to overthink the situation. The second thing you need to know about me is I'm going to overthink the situation. I am an overthinking people pleaser. This forehead, custom designed to carry all the overthinking that I do. So let me share with you just a snapshot of what it looks like in the day in the life of an overthinking people pleaser. Today, for example, my husband and I, we do not like going and shopping at stores. Much prefer doing our shopping online, but every once in a while we'll venture out. So back in February, my husband went and bought a pair of shoes from a store, brought them home, put them on. They ended up being a little too tight, so he went online, found the same shoes at that store, purchased the next size up, proceeded to not return the first pair just for the last 4 months. And I had even asked him, like, hey, give me the receipt. I'll go back and return it. And he's like, oh, I never got the physical receipt. I'd have to look for the email copy. I asked him several times over the course of the few months that we've had them. Finally, he got it to me. So today I was like, I'm going to go and return them if I can. So I get to the store, and as I walk in, I see a friend of mine. She works there. And I waved at her as she's walking over to give me a hug. Another employee comes over to help me. So I give my friend a hug. Then this sales associate asks if I have a return. And I said, yes, ma'am, maybe. My husband has had these for a while, so I don't know if we can return them. So I show her the screenshot of the email receipt. She's looking in her system, and she's super nice about it, very chip and bright about it. She takes the shoes out. She kind of gives them a look over. And she goes, normally we don't do returns on anything past 30 days and worn. Y'all, the instant anxiety that hit me with her thinking that I would return an item that we've been wearing this whole time. And I was like, he hadn't worn those. And y'all, she's looking at me with a smile on her face, but you can tell she's not believing the words that are coming out of my mouth. And I don't blame her. I'm sure people try to do this all the time. And it has been 4 months. We've had these shoes for 4 months. Like, who doesn't return immediately? Stuff like that. But I'm sitting there like in complete just spiraling in my head because I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl thinks that I am the type of person that wears things and brings them back. And so she's like, you can have an in-store credit. And I'm like, okay, thank you. So I'm walking around the store trying to shop. Meanwhile, having a breakdown, having a little mentee bee. So I called my husband. I was like, hey, baby, you didn't by chance send me into the lion's den with some used shoes, did you? And he's like, no, you saw them sitting on the counter the whole time. And I was like, okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure. And he's like, but I did buy them off of the wall where it's clearance items. So there could have been a chance that maybe I purchased them as a returned item and someone else had already used them. And I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense. So I go back up to the front because I need to ask if I can actually just do a gift card instead of shopping that day. But I'm like, ma'am, I just called my husband just to verify that he did not send me into this store with used shoes. And he said he bought them from that back wall where you have maybe used items, but clearance items for sure. And she's like, okay. And again, you can just tell that she probably gets this all the time. She did not look like she was believing me in any way, shape, or form. So again, I'm spiraling. I walk off, and I'm trying so hard to be in the moment and shop and make it a pleasant experience. But meanwhile, the overthinker in me is thinking, oh my gosh, my friend works here. And now this little associate, this sales associate, is going to think that my friend is friends with the type of person who would wear something and then come back and return it months later. This is the type of overthinking that I'm dealing with, y'all. Say a prayer.